Welcome to the Hyborian Keep. I'm Old Man Hyborian. Here, we review tales of Robert E. Howard's greatest character, Conan the Barbarian. Today, we'll be reviewing Heroic Signatures in Titan Comics, Conan and Dragonero, issue number 3. This won't be some fluffy review. It'll be an old man's honest opinion. And just as a heads up, there will be spoilers. So I don't want you to go crying to your mummy if I say something that spoils it for you. If you don't want the spoilers, go to the summary at the end. And if you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. And with that, let's get after it. Here we have Heroic Signatures in Titan Comics, issue number 3, Conan and Dragonero. The cover was done by Max von Fafner. Pretty decent cover, liking it. Inside cover has some Conan merchandise, and then we have the credits for the Dragoneer crew and Heroic Signatures in Titan Comics. We have the map of Arondar, and the story starts off with Conan and the Dragon Slayer and the Dragon Slayer's sister up in this flying ship that's attached to a balloon, and they're being attacked by these wren creatures, like some kind of a dragon bird. So Dragonero, he throws Conan a battle axe. Conan's satisfied with the weapon, and they start producing some carnage of these creatures. Even Dragonero's sister takes part in the action, shooting her hatchet gun. So Dragonero's getting Conan to protect the ship, and he's going to go up top of the balloon because there's a little bit of concern there that they're going to pop the balloon. So Dragonero's up there doing battle, guts one of the creatures, but the balloon gets a hole popped into it. Meanwhile, down on the deck, Conan, he finishes off the last of them, but they're kind of in dire straits. They're passing through this mountain range, and they're losing altitude. So they just barely get over the mountains, and they're heading into the valley where the air's warmer, so it's going to keep them afloat there a little bit longer. So this is part 3 of Conan and Dragonero, The Gems of Aquilonia, chapter 2. And we have the dragon inside some kind of ancient ruins talking to this spirit creature here. And the dragon kind of gives some backstory how all of his brothers were killed by Dragonero's grandfather. And Dragonero is carrying the same sword that his grandfather used, and it's called Savisa's Chata. That's a tongue twister. So this spirit creature, she's kind of saying that she, feels this Conan the Barbarian basically, and that he's born to fight. And she's questioning that the wrens that the dragon has sent against the ship isn't going to do the job, and that they're still going to be coming after him. And this spirit creature apparently is attached to the dragon in some fashion through the mother soul of dragons. And she's not quite sure how these gems that the dragon stole from Aquilonia is going to be used, but the dragon just basically telling her to mind her own business. So we flash back to the ship. I mean, it's pissing air pretty good there and heading in for a crash landing, so they're all prepared for this hard landing. And just by luck, they're going to land right into the middle of the village. So they crash down through the village. Dragonero's concerned that somebody may have got hurt, so he goes out, talks to the villagers, explains who he is. Nobody seemed to get hurt, so, they're all pretty cool with it. It's not every day that a balloon ship lands in the middle of the village. I suppose up in the mountains there wouldn't be a whole lot of excitement, so that's probably a pretty cool thing for them. And Dragonero, he's asking them for their help. So they're going to take him to the village leader. So they go through the village, and the old leader says, yeah, we've seen a dragon fly past the moon. So Dragonero knows that they're on the trail. So he's going to leave his sister there so they can repair the ship. And him and Conan's going to continue on foot and follow the dragon's tracks. I'm not quite sure how you follow the dragon tracks if he's flying, but they take off anyway in the general direction. So they're going up through the mountains. They come across the entrance of some ancient ruin. Dragonero figures that the dragon went to this creature called Undines because it has extraordinary powers for healing. So Conan's kind of wondering if the beast isn't already healed and has flown away. But Dragonero's saying, no, dragon's still here. So the dragon's peeking out of the ruins, and Dragonero says, you know, maybe we can avoid the fight and just talk instead. And the dragon, it says, you know, what do you think, Dragon Slayer? Just says, looks like the fire's building up in his throat and mouth. So there doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of communication happening. And that's where it ends. There's next page is some Conan merchandise. There's an interview here with the writers, Luca, Enoch, and Stefano, Vietti. Pretty interesting. It just talks about how they combine Dragonero and Conan. Then we have some sketches here from the artist Lorenzo Nuti. Not too bad images of the dragon. I can't say I'm overly impressed with the artwork. To me it looks a little bit, you know, choppy or unfinished or something, but it's not too bad. Like the scene setup and things like that's not too bad, but it's just, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. Then the back cover, we have a bunch of the novels that are out for Conan, and a Solomon Kane novel, and a new one that's coming, Conan, Gold for Dark Gods. So overall, you know, not too bad. I'm not a big Conan crossover fan. However, this character is probably a little bit more sensible for a crossover. Not minding the story, it's kind of interesting. Like I said, the artwork is not bad. Story's a little cool, so overall, pretty good. Well, there you have it. Another pretty solid issue of Conan and Dragonero by Heroic Signatures and Titan Comics. I did like the cover by Max von Fafner. Pretty cool cover. And the writing by Stefano Vietti and Luca Enoch. Not minding it. Pretty good story flow. I'm not a big crossover fan, but I'm kind of getting into this. As far as, you know, Conan and Dragonero as a crossover duo, it's kind of more in line than some of the other crazy crossovers that we've seen in the past. The artwork by Lorenzo Nuti, it's hit and miss with me. I don't mind it. It's got some pretty good scenes in it. It's, you know, pretty good setup and flow. But the artwork's just a little bit blocky at times. So it's kind of hit and miss for me. But overall, I am enjoying it. Buy it, read it, and enjoy it. And with that, I bid you farewell.